Dawn the Reclusive Crafter, back with another No Waste Wednesday. Today's going to take a little bit of a different approach in that I'm not necessarily going to be using scraps, but what I have done is gone back through all of my downloads and had a look to see what I've got that I can utilise in this journal that I'm doing. So as you've seen, the one that I'm doing is all blues. It's a Winter Wonderland theme, and at the moment I've got 8 pages. I'm doing 2 signatures and I've got 8 pages per signature, and what I wanted to do was just pad that out just a little bit. So looking through the digitals that I've got, that I've stored away over time, that I thought was nice and I've just downloaded, and plus ones that I've designed myself, I've come up with a few extra pages to add in. So I came across this one, which I think is lovely. And again, this is another apology. I really don't know where this one's come from, but it really lends itself well to the journal, and I'm going to be adding this one in. I'm also going to be adding this in. This is one of my own designs, so I'm going to be adding that one in as well, and there's a similar page to that there which I've designed myself. And then there's this one which I might use as a centre spread, and again, not sure where this one has come from, so apologies on that. And all of these I've just backed with the same mottled blue background, so that's going to be going into one of the signatures. And then in the second signature I've got these that I've found, and I've got this one which is lovely, very beautiful blues, which will go ideally with the journal as well. And I've got another 2 of these designs from my own design. So I've got this one and I've got this one, and then I've also found this one. I want to say this is Rachel and Bella, but I'm not completely sure, so apologies if I've got that wrong, but that might fit nicely in as well. I need to check that out. And then additionally, so those will be the extra pages for these. So that will be the extra pages for those. And then I've also got these that I thought I would make use of as well. So it's all about mixing and matching today, and mixing and matching your journals. You know, you might come across a beautiful collection that you want to use for your journal, but other things will fit in as well. So I want to make use of this as well. This is definitely Rachel and Bella, sorry, crafts, and I think this was their last year's Christmas journal that they did. Little page of ephemera bits there that I downloaded, and then there was also this page here which I think will be lovely for making some tags and journal cards with. And then there was also this one here, which is a set of very long tags, so it'll be a double tag, but that I think I will shorten down. I'll probably cut those in half, and I'll maybe have one for each signature, which I think will work really well. And then these are just miniatures. These are just reduced sizes of the larger one that I've shown you, which will make nice journal cards. And then I also came across this with the owl being in the journal. This was obviously Hedwig, and the owl does remind me of Hedwig. And this is one of the sayings from the Harry Potter movie, which is one of my favourite sayings. Happiness can be found even in the darkest of times if one only remembers to turn on the light. Not sure if I'm going to be able to incorporate this size, but what I might do is reprint it and just reduce the size of it down and maybe use it as a journal card. Haven't really decided what I'm doing with that one yet. And then I also came across this one, and this is a Tracy Fox creative. It was a December Daily Advent 2024, and that's an envelope template which I'm going to cut out. And because it is obviously holly and Christmas berries, and it's got the blues in, I thought that might work nicely in the journal as well. So those are my findings out of what I had in my collection of digitals. So I'm not wasting them, they're not sitting there doing nothing. I am going to reuse them and remake things with them and make sure that they do get full use. So I'm going to, first of all, I'm going to pop my pages aside, and I'm going to decide on what I want to do with these little items. So these ones, I mean, these are just beautiful, and I can't make up my mind whether or not to make that a page or whether or not to cut them down. I think I might like to make that a full page actually, and that might be a centre spread, so I'm going to put that to one side before I cut it up and just think about what I want to do with that. And that one's the same. I'm going to hang on to that one. This one I do want to do something with, so I am going to cut these down. I have printed this on slightly heavier weight paper, so I'm going to just cut these down a bit and make some journal cards out of them. And while I'm doing that, I would like to say a few hellos. I'd like to say hello particularly to Amanda at Scrimping Mummy for, oh sorry, I'm not in camera shot there, for giving me the opportunity of being on the design team. And this is just another little thing that I'm putting together for the design team. And Amanda, I hope it's okay, and I hope you don't mind me using these other bits and pieces, but I just thought it would be really sad not to make use of the bits and pieces that I have in my collections. And I'd also like to say hello to Anne, who watches every video I do, so thank you very much, Anne, for all of your support. I'd also like to say hello to Margaret, who watches quite a lot of my videos as well. Melly, who's just recently joined me, I think. And Jenny at Jenny's Crafty Corner. Love Jenny, love watching her videos. If you haven't been across to Jenny's channel, pop along to her channel as well. She's one of Scrimping Mummy's design team as well, and she produces some beautiful cards if you haven't already been and had a look at what she does. And then we've also got the Cranky Crafter, who's part of Scrimping Mummy's design team, I believe. And then there's JB as well. Not quite sure what JB stands for, but she quite often jumps on and has a look and see what I'm up to. So thank you very much, ladies, for joining me and for supporting my channel. Your support is really appreciated, and I love having you all on board, so thank you. So I've just ripped that one out, so I'm going to pop that there. I'm now going to rip this one out. I hope you've all had a really good day. Today is actually Tuesday. I'm going to try and get this video out for tomorrow if I can. So today is a full working day for me at work. I don't very often do videos in the week. I usually try and get my videos done at the weekend, but I didn't manage to get tomorrow's video done at the weekend, so I'm having to do it now so that I've got something to put out for you all. But I'm not going to lie, I am really tired, and yeah, trying to sit in here doing a video is really hard. I could literally just close my eyes and go to bed right now, but I would rather be here playing and doing something useful than wasting my time. So that's what I've decided to do, and I hope you don't mind me watching me rip these out. I am ripping them rather than cutting them because I think the edges lends itself better to ripping them. And then I'm going to go around the edges with that lovely blue. I'm just hoping it's going to work okay, to be honest. And do you know what? If it doesn't and I don't like it, they're digitals. I can just start again and just print them off again. So, you know, no loss there. So let's just have a look and see what these look like inked up. So the journal itself is coming along, shall I say. I'm not going to lie, I'm struggling at the moment with the outer cover folder. I want to do some interactive bits and pieces on the inside of the cover, and I really can't make up my mind at the moment how I want it to look or what I want to do with it. So that's causing me a few issues at the moment. So I wouldn't say I wasted time, because I don't think crafting is ever a waste of time, but I used quite a lot of time at the weekend messing about and trying different things out and having a look and see what I liked, and I didn't really come up with anything. So yeah, that was a bit of a disappointment, but I'm sure it will all come together in the end, and the best laid plans and all that. I'm sure it will work out. So that's the blue round there. Do we like that? I think I do, actually. I quite like that electric blue colour. And I do think it will work really well with the journal. Because in the journal there are the tea dyed or coffee dyed pages as well as the blue pages. Because of the yellows and things in here, I think it'll work really well. Or at least I'm hoping it will. So these are going to be used, I think I might use these as pockets or side tucks maybe. And then these ones, I think I'll give them a straight edge and use them as journal cards. I think that'll be my plan for those. And yeah, and what I'm doing at the moment is I'm just trying to build up some ephemera, so that once the journal is actually put together, it won't take me long at all to finish it all off. There we go. So that's those trimmed up. They're quite pretty, aren't they? I really like that with the blue. So those are going to be, like I say, either pockets or side tucks. I think they're probably going to end up being side tucks. So those are ready. So I'm going to put them in my ephemera box. And now these ones, I'm going to cut these as journal cards. So I think what I will do is get my trimmer out and get some nice straight lines on these. And then I can utilise them as full journal cards. So I'm going to take that one there, and then just going to straighten that edge off like so. Did that work? It did. Smash it. I have replaced the blade on my trimmer, so if it doesn't work now, I'm going to be a little bit putrid about it, if I'm completely honest. And I'm going to take this one down so it's relatively close to that edge. So I'm going to take that one down relatively close as well. That's that one. And then this one about there, I reckon. That doesn't look at all square, does it? Let me have a look. No, it isn't. Okay, so I want to straighten that, although that's the narrow end, which is really annoying. So I might be able to just take a little bit off of that side, probably out of shot there actually. Let me move that up. I'm just going to straighten that edge a little bit. I don't want to take too much off because I don't want to cut into. Will that work? Just to straighten that up, maybe not enough there. Let me move it over just a smidgen more. Ooh, it's bare, isn't it? There we go. Let's try that one. Okay. Well, that took a right smidgen off, didn't it? Right, have we managed to straighten that up? I think that's potentially as straight as that's going to get. Yep, that's not too bad actually. So that's that one done. That's going to be a little journal card. I'm just going to go around the edge with that in just a minute. And being as though that was my straight edge there, let's see what we can do with this one, see if we can get this one to be a little bit straighter. That one will work there. Okay. maybe do that one. That's too much left on there. That's not enough. I reckon about there we'll do that one. And then this one, about there would be fine and dandy. There we go. Okay. So that's those two little journal cards. And they are the same design as those are the ones that I've just cut, ripped rather than cut. So I'm not sure if I'll use them in alternating pockets or whether or not I will use them completely or not. I don't know, but we shall see. So that will be a journal card. In actual fact, I think what I might do is, being as though they're going to be journal cards, I think I will just round the edges a little bit, or the corners. So I'm just going to grab my little corner rounder and just round some corners. Let's have a look, see. Might look, oh, I missed that one. Goodness, that's better. Might look a bit odd actually with this having the sort of rip style edging. Don't know. I think it looks okay. There we go. I think what I might do as well is just finish those off with maybe a label or something on them to just finish them off. Make them a bit more in keeping with the journal that they're being intended for. I hope you have managed to have a look at the little flip windows that I did, which was Scrimping Mummy's tutorial that she did on Amanda's channel. They were absolutely beautiful. I'm thrilled to bits with how they've come out. If you haven't already seen it, it's just a short little video that I put on, I think it went live today. So if you haven't already seen that, pop along. It's one of my top tip Tuesdays, because when I was making them, I did actually mess up and I ended up with quite a big gap. I'll show you if I can. Let me dig them out. Where are they? There they are. So let me show you what I'm talking about. I mean, these are they. Before I get onto them, let me just show you those two finished. So those are going to be journal cards. If I use them, I think I probably will. They look lovely with the baby blue on the back. So they're ready to be used now. I just need to put some little labels on them and then they'll be finished. So these were the ones that I launched on a video today. I made these at the weekend, and what I did was, look, aren't they beautiful? If you haven't seen the video, I'm just absolutely delighted with these. I could wax lyrical over these all day, every day. But what I found was here there was a big gap. I don't know what I'd done wrong. I clearly had done something wrong, because there wasn't a big gap on Amanda's, but there was a big gap here. So this frame, I cut it a completely different size to the original frame. I don't know if you can see there, but I've come up quite a long way above there, and I've also come across quite a long way there to cover up the sides. And then this bit, that frame, the bottom part of the frame, I think was only I think it was about 1 centimetre. No, it wasn't. I'm lying. It was ½ an inch. It was ½ an inch wide. So I've come up at least another at least another eighth of an inch I've come up. because underneath there's a gap, so I've covered that up by using a larger frame, which has worked really, really well. I'm so chuffed with these. I just think they're adorable. Love them to bits. Thank you so much, Amanda, for showing us how to do these. They're lovely. Love, love, love them. I think they're beautiful. Right, onwards and upwards. Let's get on with this, otherwise we are never going to get this journal finished. These ones, like I say, Rach and Bella originally did these. I think they're lovely. I am just going to trim these down and get these ready. So we're just doing a little bit of ephemera making tonight for the journal, so it gives me a little bit less to do when I'm actually doing the videos. So I hope you're happy crafting along with me, and if you're not, you can always wait for the full video when I give you a full walkthrough of what we've been up to. But I think sometimes it's fun to join in and have a look and see how people do things and what they actually do. I'm going to cut these edges off. I didn't trim that edge very well. I don't know if I mistrimmed that or whether or not I just... Yeah, I suppose that's what happens when you're a bit tired, yeah. Lose the plot a little bit. Let me just use my craft knife just to take that down a little bit. That's better. That's a bit better. And now we're going to just trim that off there. My scissors are in a right blooming mess at the moment, and I don't know why. I don't know what I've been cutting. Oh, I know what I've been cutting. I've been cutting that double-sided tape to do those little windows with, and it's left them all sticky. I wonder if I've got some little wet wipes that might clean that off a little bit. I wonder if that's helped at all. It feels a little bit better. Should have cleaned them after I'd done it, really. There we go. Let's just trim these down. Get that piece out of the way. It's hard to believe, isn't it, that we are 2/3 of the way through October. It's my son's birthday today. It's my daughter's birthday tomorrow. Timed that really well, didn't I? Yeah, and then we've got Halloween and then Christmas. So, and that will go so quick. I can't believe how quickly the time goes. And I know they say the older you get, the quicker time goes, but honestly, it truly does. Truly does. Okay, that's those cut out. You'd need a huge journal, wouldn't you, to use those in? Absolutely huge. Oh, I suppose it could be a long, skinny journal, couldn't it? I suppose that's what it was used for. Of course it was. Well, I'm not going to use it like that. I am just going to work out where the centre is, and then I'm going to cut these down, and I'm going to use one in each of the signatures. Let me just mark that because I can't really see the... It's better, I've just marked that with that little pencil. I can't really see the... Gosh, do you know, my eyesight is awful. There we go. That's got it on there. Make sure it's in the right place. So there we go. That gives me 2 of those, which is lovely. So that's 1 for each signature. And now I'm just going to fold them in half, and there'll be little little journaling tags, which is fab. Love them. Let me just get a little bone folder. Oh, I made right a mess of that. How have I not done that right? Right, let's give that a good crease. There we go. So that's one. That just needs a little bit of decoration on the front bit with maybe a little label. So we'll pop something on there. And then this one, I need to find some little designs to put on the front of these. Not quite sure what I'm going to use at the moment. I'd like to find something in keeping with the journal, maybe like deers and wolves and owls would be lovely too. So that's those two ready to be decorated. And then there's this one. Isn't that lovely? Look. So this one, what should we do with this one? They are beautiful designs, aren't they? The little bells. Little Christmas stocking. I wonder. I think I'm going to blind cut it, and then I won't worry so much about it. I'm going to blind cut it, and I am going to make them 3. How big is it? Let me have a look. It should be 11 and 3/4. Yeah. So it's 11 and 3/4 inches, which is just under 12. So if I go just under 3 inches for each, it'll leave me a little bit of a... Will that be enough, do you think, if I go about there? Well, we shall see. That's one. I don't want to look at it. 2. And then hopefully I should end up with almost the same sort of size on the last one. Have I? Oh, look at that. Oh, perfect. We love it when a plan comes together. Right. Now then. We have got 8.5, so that's 4 1/4 if I cut them in half. And I think 4 1/4 is adequate. So I'm going to do 2 of these at a time. I'm going to go 4 1/4. Is that about half? It is as near as... It's not, but we won't worry about that. I'll maybe take that one up a bit higher. Maybe 4 1/4, 4 and a bit, maybe. I'll tell you what, let me just fold them in half. It might make life so much easier. Right, let's try that one. What size does that actually make it? 4 and just under 4.5. There we go. That should be a little bit closer. Right, so that's going to be some little tags which will need to be decorated. So let's make them into tags. So I'm going to cut that one off, and if you haven't seen how to do this before, you just flip that over so that you get your edges the same. You're not second guessing it. There's one, little one. And there's 2. nice, like that one. And this one's not quite as long, but that doesn't matter. We will still make use of it. That's 3. That one's come out nice as well. Huh. See, sometimes you're better off not looking at things because you surprise yourself with the results you get. And they turn out lovely, don't they? It's that one. Got half my globe on this one. Come here, little globe. I can't get you up. There we go. Okay, let's turn that up that way. Cut those. And those. I've got some little fairies I could use, but I don't think they're really in keeping. I need to find some nice little what are they called? Woodland animals. I need to find myself some woodland animals to use on these so that they go nicely with the journal. So I think that will be my task for the rest of the week. Ready for Saturday to try and find me some focal points to put on all these little bits and pieces. That's that one. That's that one. So there we go. So that's given me a few little more tags to tuck in if I need them. And just get all these bits out of the way. So if you have a look at this now, I literally just blind cut that page and it's given me some lovely little, oh look, little stocking, some lovely little tags. There's that one and that one. There's the other half of the globe, and actually I don't mind that that's half of the globe. Actually it looks nice. Half of the wreath there, and then we've got the 2 bells. And we've got that one there. So they've come out actually really nice. I like those. I like them a lot actually. And in actual fact, I'm talking about things to put on them. What I can do is cut these out and use some of those, can't I? So that would be nice. We've got a little Santa there, little baubles there, got a little present there. So I can make up some little clusters to go on these, which I think will look lovely. So that's what I'll use that one for. So if I keep those ones together for now, I can add those to my collection. And then I need to cut this one out to make up that envelope. So let's get that done now as well. How are we doing for time? I shall make this my last little thing that I'm playing with for tonight, because I'm just conscious of how long I'm keeping you all. This is the thing, when you start crafting, you just get so engrossed in it. I mean, I literally, if I didn't have to work, I would be quite happy sat here every day, just crafting away in my own little world with nothing to think about. Wouldn't that be fab? There we go. Right, just going to cut those little bits out. I'm going to make my life a little bit easier and see if we can do it with my little bunch. Let's see if we can get that lined up to do that. Did it work? Yay! Oh, it's the little things in life that give you excitement, isn't it? There we go. Oh, missed a little bit there though. Darn it. There. Got too cocky with the first cut, that's what it was. Let's go. And there we go. Now then, are we going to be able to cut this? Yeah, we love this little item. This was an absolute steal. You can pay a fortune for these little envelope trimmers and bits and pieces that you can buy. And I got it on Vinted. It was still brand new in the wrapper, £3. And I think it was £2 postage. You really cannot go wrong. Honestly, guys, if you haven't used Vinted, I'm not being sponsored, I promise you. But if you've never looked at Vinted, go on there for your craft supplies. You will find so many things that people are just selling just because they don't want it, and the things that you can pick up and the money you can save. My trimmer that I use, this one, is a Fisker's trimmer. I think they're about £30 odd when you buy them. £8 I paid for it. Honestly, you can just... I'm not only a reclusive crafter, I'm also a frugal crafter. I try very hard not to spend money unless I have to. So I am always looking for a bargain. And these things are virtually new, you know. Well, that envelope cutter that I got, that was still in its packaging. And the Fisker's cutter I got was virtually new as well. In fact, the blade still had its cover on it, so I don't think it had actually been used. And the girl that I bought it from was selling it because she'd been gifted one and had two, so she was literally just selling one because she didn't need it. So that was a right result, even if I do say so myself. Oops, missed the crease there, Dawn. Try that one again. There we go. And then that one comes. Oh, that's pretty. There we go. Oh, look how lovely that is. Isn't that nice? So, I'm going to glue that. Oh, the top's come off my glue. The top's come off my glue. Which means it's going to be blocked. I hate when that happens. If I can't unblock it, oh dear, I hate doing this. No, let me do it a different way. Oh goodness me. See, this is what happens when you haven't been in your craft room since Sunday. Oofed, and you want to do some crafting and you haven't checked anything before you come in. Where did that pin just go? God, I'm going to stand on it now, aren't I? Oh, somebody's run off with my pin. Never mind. Where did it go? Oh, how crazy is this? I literally put it down. How can it possibly have walked away? That's... oh, there it is. It was in the thingy. Duh. Crazy, crazy, crazy. I don't know if I'm going to be able to unblock this in time. To be honest, I'm not going to spend a long time trying to sort it out. Gosh, it really irritates me when these get blocked up. There we go. Patience is a virtue. Sometimes I've got loads and other times I've got none at all. And when I'm tired, there's just no hope of me being patient whatsoever. There we go. Let's see if we can get this to work now. Ta-da! Ta-da! Ta-ta-da-ta-ta-ta! Do you think that should be like that? I don't really think that. I folded that right. It looks like it's off centre, doesn't it? Or is it? Oh, it's supposed to go like that, isn't it? I'm such a dork sometimes, honestly. Let me fold that down. Just going to glue that down. So you're going to be getting this this video tomorrow, warts and all, I'm afraid, because I'm not going to have much time for editing. So this is going to be a fun little exercise. Let's pop that along there. Pop that along there. Oh my goodness, what is going on? There we go. There we go. There's my envelope. Tra-la. So that's all we're doing for today, guys. I just wanted to jump on. I wanted to share with you the digitals that I'd found for my No Waste Wednesday. And I will now get off, leave you guys to the rest of your evening, and I shall look forward to seeing you all properly on Saturday. Take care, everybody.